Alright, so if we talk about the oil and the connection between the oils and the bankers and the mafia, of course, Mikhail Prokhorov, who was a bank, he was sitting on the chair of a bank at point, his steel industry, etc., big industry, big business, big scumbags. Okay, so when we go to csmonitor.com and it talks about the richest men in Russia. And it talks about some of the richest men who are, public faces. You got Roman Abramovich. He's worth about $17.1 billion. And it talks about how he was accused of tax evasion. He had shady deals. And he invested a lot of money in social improvements. And he kissed a lot of ass and was able to get out of it. And so we go to Oleg Deripaska, $19 billion, okay? They talk about how he was from the cutthroat aluminum industry. Okay, notice there's the oil industry, there's the banks, there's the steel industry, there's the aluminum industry, okay? And it talks about how he's a CEO and blah, 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 and he has a mansion and blah, blah, energy, aviation, all this cocksucker. Okay, we go on to the next asshole, okay? I'm gonna tell you how this ties into Nigeria after we go through the fucking fat fucking pricks like this fucking chicken neck piece of shit. Okay, got Alisher Usmanov, $19.9 billion, blah, 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 educated fucking lawyer, you know what I'm saying, blood sucking lawyer. Remember I said they're a bunch of shrinks, a bunch of lawyers, a bunch of bankers, a bunch of greaseballs, okay? This guy's your fucking lawyer, and he got a lot of former Soviet ass. A lot of these guys got rich in the Soviet area, the post-Soviet area. Bunch of fucking assholes. You know what I'm saying? And what does he do? He invests in a football team, just like Prokhorov got the Nets and shit. This motherfucker goes after Britain's Arsenal football team. So it's a global thing. They invest in this here, this there, this sports team. Okay, they're looking for investment portfolios. They're looking for things that'll make their greasy ass rich, and they're using their mafia muscle to make sure it goes down smoothly. Now, just like they might use a slut, who's a tramp to spread her legs to make sure it goes down smoothly, they're using their muscle. So here's this guy we're talking about earlier. Okay, the guy who wants to run for fucking president. He just happens to be CS Monitor's number 2, 22.7 billion. Huh? Isn't that different than your 18 billion? So you're already fucking lying about how much money you have and how much money you're going to give to charity to siphon it to your fucking friends because you're a greaseball. You're a piece of shit. Oh, he's Nexon Group Private Investment Fund. Oh, excuse me, you want to modernize Russia. In that case, it's okay to be a fucking greasy gangster piece of fucking shit, ex-banker motherfucker, and to be the second richest man in the most corrupt, or at least one of the most corrupt countries in the entire fucking world, with a bunch of mobsters run fucking everything, just like fucking Italy and the Trapani fucking province. But we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into this cocksuckers in there, because this video is about how Russia ties into the arms race in Nigeria and the arms race in the country, and how the former Soviet Union and how the fall of the Soviet Union affected the mafia and all this shit. Now we into Vladimir. Listen. Oh, isn't it cute how the guy who isn't even the richest guy in Russia, you know what I'm saying? And they downplay the Rothschild bank connection to that. But we're not even getting that. Because we're going to talk about the coal mine and the guy who built $1 billion fucking railroad. But we're not going to get into that. This guy's called an oligarch, right? Why? Because he's a fucking oil fucking tycoon piece of shit. Okay? He's in the fucking metallurgical industry, right? So he went from a bunch of Egyptian alchemists who ran shit to a bunch of white fucking conglomerate metal company, metallurgy, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah, steel industry motherfuckers who also are interested in the railroad and oil, just like Rockefeller, right? Rockefeller Railroad, Rockefeller Oil, Vladimir Railroad, Vladimir Oil. You know what I'm saying? Another cock fucking sucker. So we go on to fucking to talk about how these people, you know what I'm saying, their shares in the stock exchange, how they have vested interests with the bankers in the stock exchange. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the 6th largest on record oil producing company, which is really the 4th largest if you include all the oil that gets siphoned out, and how the Chevron oil rig was burning, and how we're talking about a bunch of fucking woods, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm reporting to you live from the motherfucking pyramids. You know what I'm saying? Talking to you about a bunch of fucking words. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you like this. When you talk about the influence that these people yield over the nation, okay? I just gave you a list of 5 people. They're worth around $20 billion to $30 billion each, okay? They have conglomerates. One of them wants to run against fucking Vladimir Putin and promises to give $17 billion away. Oh, isn't that so fucking cute? Isn't that so fucking touching? They're all pieces of fucking shit, racist as fucking shit, a bunch of greaseball, vodka sipping, dick fucking guzzling pieces of shit. Okay? Oh, Vladimir, listen. Oh, so I'm supposed to fear you because you're a fucking faggot who's richer than me, who thinks he's the fucking shit. Oh, excuse me. You're a piece of fucking dick. You don't know dick. You're Siberian fucking asshole, and that's pretty much where it goes. He's Siberian shithead. Now, what did he do? You know what I'm saying? Let me read you a little clip from this little excerpt, okay? It says, by sticking to business and staying out of politics, Listen managed to avoid the fate of fellow oligarchs like oil tycoon Mikhail Khodorkovsky. Okay, he defied the Kremlin and was arrested in 2003 and was recently sentenced to another 6 years in a Siberian penal colony. Why? Because his main source of wealth, okay, came from the steel mill, and it didn't come from fucking so what has happened here? The mafia guys who became part of big business and kissed ass to the government and said, oh, we'll give you this much of a cut and we'll donate this much money to charity and we'll kiss a bunch of ass if you let us go further our Illuminati agenda. And it came to a head where all the guys who were mobsters, you know what I'm saying, what gave the mobsters an advantage over the next corrupt guy was his membership in a Masonic lodge. So the guys who weren't high-ranking Masons, well, hey, you're shit out of luck. You know what I'm saying? When the fucking Iron Curtain fell and the Soviet Union fucking fell and they started really pounding fucking, they really started, you know what I'm saying, doing their post-war activity, just like the Operation Paperclip and the Nazis infiltrated the government, the fucking former communists, former Soviets, and the fucking former KGB and Kremlin officials, they all started kissing serious fucking ass to the Masons so they could fucking get away with their global arms racket and global drug racket. Okay, and you gotta understand that whether we're talking about Chechnya or fucking Siberia or Georgia, there is the hand of Freemasons, bankers, and people who are involved in the stock market. People whose fate is tied to the stock market because they have billions of dollars in the stock market. So, what is going on here? These people will do anything to control the war profiteering, to control the stock market, to control the flow of oil, and to control what banks get sanctions on them, what countries' central banks have sanctions, and to control the places like the Federal Reserve. So when I say ending the Fed is not going to solve anything, it's because these guys have billions of dollars. You end the Fed, they're going to come up with a new scam. They're going to adapt and evolve. When the Soviet Union fell, these guys got rich. They didn't fucking fall off. You know what I'm saying? When their former hustle falls apart, their new hustle has been built ahead of time, and they just move from one hustle to another. They're pirates moving from one source of, one cow to milk to another. You got to understand how these motherfuckers think. There is no such thing as ending one financial institution and saying, okay, game's up. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are going to keep it going. They run the fucking everything. You know what I'm saying? They run Ron Paul. Who do you think gave Ron Paul enough momentum to stand up to the heavy hitters in Washington? It was the bankers. Okay? It just came out in the news that some drug dealer and his family gave $200,000 to Obama's campaign. Who the fuck you think gave money to the rest of these guys' campaign? It's these big motherfucking steel industry guys who are in bed with the mafia. Now, what are guns made out of? Are guns made out of fucking bricks? Are they made out of wood? Are they made out of coal? No. They're made out of steel. Okay? The steel industry and the guys who make fucking guns go hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? because the motherfuckers buy the steel to make the gun, they make the war, they sell the gun, they buy more steel, they make the war, and you see what I'm saying? It's like one big fucking cycle. So, who are the bad guys? Prokhorov, listen, okay? The Trapani fucking clans and provinces. Man, there's like 3 major of them in Italy. There was 5 families, but the families have nothing to do with the clans who are extorting the world, who control the banking system of Italy just as much as Putin and Listen and Prokhorov control the banking system of Russia. And at the center of all this, you have the Rothschild family, who have 300 bankers all over the world. They control the banking system of the entire world. Okay? So you have a global banking system, and then you have the local warlord who calls shots. And I'll end it right there.